And it's so good.
So look, see how excited she is. She is so excited.
And it's life-changing.
Okay, her cheat meals are literally life-changing for her. Okay, so the girl is really hungry. Hey Frugivore, I'm Freelee. Welcome back to the Frugivore channel and welcome to 2021. It's great to be here with you for another year. I know you can't see me and apologies for that, but today is going to be a response to Harpers Bazaar. Everything Emma Chamberlain eats in a day, food diaries, bite-sized Harpers Bazaar. And this video was posted November 20th. And you know I go way back with Emma. Okay, I've done a few videos trying to help her in the past and today is going to be no different. I'm going to try and help her to connect with her Frugivore roots. Alright, so let's just get into it, and if you want to see more of these videos, definitely vote on the video, whether it's a thumbs up or whether it's a thumbs down. It's up to you. So let's go. Emma, what are you eating these days in 2020? And if you want to get fit, healthy and lean for 2021, definitely join us on thefrugivorediet.com, or you can check out my ebooks, and my physical books are on Amazon, but the ebooks, there is a link in the description below to Go Fruit Yourself, where I lost 40 pounds on a raw food lifestyle, my naked lunchbox, and the Raw to 4 diet. And follow me on Instagram. In the latest post, I talked about not wearing sunscreen and how the fruit has protective benefits from the sun, and it really was controversial for a lot of people.
Hi, I'm Emma Chamberlain, and this is everything I eat in a day. The first thing I do when I wake up is check the time, because I actually don't really set alarms. So
Good.
I'll look at my phone, see what time it is.
Those eyebrows, girl. Those eyebrows are very, very manicured. You should see mine. Mine are just so overplucked from years and years of plucking and then just not growing back. You know, I'm not doing anything to them, but they're not growing back. Hers are very luxurious.
I'll respond to those. And then it's coffee time immediately.
Oh, no.
I get right out of bed. Don't brush my teeth. Don't wash my face. I go straight downstairs to either make my first coffee or go get coffee with someone.
So that is sad to me because it's obviously a sign of dependency, of a drug addiction. Okay, and unfortunately, this generation, Emma's generation, thinks it's cool. It's cool to be weak and dependent on a substance, you know, to start your day. That's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, YOLO, only live once. You know, being mediocre is kind of fashionable and desirable, and that is really sad to me. So she obviously is not getting enough glucose and fructose into her bloodstream and into her tissues, into her brain, into her cells. So that's the first thing that we can notice. That's why she's going for the drugs.
When I'm at home and I'm making coffee, I'm using my brand, Chamberlain Coffee.
She has a brand of coffee. She has a brand of drugs. It may as well just say Chamberlain drugs. She's selling drugs. Roasted with love. No, it's roasted with carcinogens. This is carcinogenic stuff. The beans are literally burnt. You know, that's why they come. I bet this comes with a warning on it about the carcinogenic properties within. Social dog blend. Oh, this is really, that's sad.
Every day. I take 2 shots of espresso, put some vanilla almond milk in it, unsweetened.
2 shots of espresso. Massive hit of caffeine first thing. Drugs.
Then I put vanilla nut pod creamer in it. And that
vanilla nut pod creamer, unsweetened and dairy free. I am happy. It looks nut based. Fantastic.
That's my home recipe. When I'm going out for coffee recently.
But what kind of disturbed me there, it said 0 sugar. And I kind of feel like she is going for that 0 sugar approach. You know, she's scared of the sugar. She's scared of the carbohydrates. She's just basically just getting this, you know, drug hit.
I used to not be a breakfast person, but recently I've been really hungry in the mornings. And I don't know why.
You've been really hungry in the morning because you need the frutas and you're not getting, I'm sure like you're not getting enough fruit. Okay, we're going to have a look at this day. I have not looked at it yet, but the fact that she's going to coffee first thing, you know, obviously.
Breakfast almost every single day is 2 fried eggs.
Oh no. Like why? This obviously, having the menstruations in the morning is, where is the glucose? Where is the fiber? Where is the fructose? These are important constituents that we should be ingesting, especially first thing in the morning. Not the chicken hensies.
Very, very cooked.
Oh, gosh. So she's getting like a real hit of carcinogens first thing in the morning. She's got a coffee, which are burnt beans, and then she's got her burnt saturated animal fat. Not a great start.
Like, probably too well done to a point where most people wouldn't want to eat it.
This is really unhealthy, and the fact that she just doesn't even care, and she's just, doesn't care about her health clearly is like disturbing.
Salt on it, pepper on it, everything but the bagel seasoning on it, and then I put some Cholula on that.
A lot of flavor. She needs flavor.
And then I cut up a whole avocado, put that on top, and then I eat it. And that's my breakfast every day. It's like,
hang on. She didn't say toast, but they put toast in there.
Avocado, put that on top, and then I eat it. And that's my breakfast every day. It's like nice and light because I'm not really a breakfast person.
Hang on.
But it's a great way to start my day. A little bit of fat and protein. Never heard.
See, so like Harpers Bazaar misrepresented there. She didn't have a piece of toast. Okay, so it was just avocado and egg. Just avocado and egg. So she's obviously got some irrational fear of the glucose, the carbohydrates. Okay, so she's been listening to the wrong people, and now she's spreading this carbohydrate fear propaganda to other young women.
And then I eat it. And that's my breakfast every day. It's like nice and light because I'm not really a breakfast person.
Look, everybody is a breakfast person, okay? We need to get the glucose in early on, and this is why she's having the coffee. So she really is a breakfast person, but she's replacing the actual sugar, the fuel that she needs, with drugs. So that is her breakfast. So she is actually having breakfast, but of drugs, which is not food.
It's a great way to start my day. A little bit of fat and protein. Never hurt anyone.
Yeah, it does actually.
I never cook lunch. I could not tell you one time that
Postmates. I wonder if she's sponsored. I never cook lunch.
I've cooked a lunch.
Don't eat raw. Eat a raw lunch.
Recently, I've been ordering this salad from this restaurant called Zinc. And it's kale, lentils, carrots, hard-boiled egg.
And this is a lot of egg she's having.
Nice, salty, shallotty vinaigrette on top. And it sounds like it would be so unpleasant and boring, but it's actually so good. And so I've been eating that a lot for lunch. Sometimes.
So that's low in calories. So she's basically having a salad, and she said lentils, but I don't know what sort of serve it is.
Sometimes I'll get like a burrito or a burrito bowl from a place called Takaya in LA.
Okay.
It's so good. They do cauliflower rice.
See? Okay. Boom. We've spotted the problem here. She is going for cauliflower rice. And okay, maybe I may make it as a raw foodist, but she's not a raw foodist. So, rice is still on the menu, when you're eating a cooked meal for most people. But she's going for cauliflower rice, which is incredibly low in carbohydrates. So you can see she has a fear of the carbs.
Honestly, I could go to Erewhon for every single meal.
I did go to Erewhon and actually find some good vegan food, some plant-based food when I was there. I wasn't raw, but but it's expensive. It is very expensive. Well, I mean, compared to Australia is super expensive, so it's not that bad.
They have like buffalo cauliflower where they make cauliflower into buffalo wings. Anyway, I can keep.
Okay, so you can see cauliflower again, low carb, low carb, low carb.
Keep going about this. I'm a vegetarian. I was vegan for a little bit, but I'm a vegetarian just because I grew up vegetarian, so I've never had.
So you were never vegan for a little bit because vegans don't go back to hurting their friends, to hurting animals. It's an ethical lifestyle for life. Once you make that connection, truly make that connection, you can never go back. So she wasn't vegan, she was plant-based, and now she's a vegetarian.
I never had meat in my diet. I continue to be a vegetarian mainly because I'm a picky eater.
Hang on, she said she's never had meat in her diet, but believe she ate meat that vegetarian tries meat for the first time, right?
Meat in my diet.
See, these people are so inaccurate.
I've never had meat in my diet.
Well, you have eaten meat though.
I continue to be a vegetarian mainly because I'm a picky eater and trying new meat.
So it's a shame that she doesn't seem to care at all about animals. It's just because she's a picky eater, and that's why she is still vegetarian, or why she, started bringing back in eggs and, probably cheese into her diet, because she's not thinking about mother cow. She's not thinking about anyone except herself, and it's actually very unhealthy for herself too. So she's not doing herself any benefits here.
It was not something I wanted to do, but I do love eggs a lot, and I love cheese, although cheese is not something that agrees very well with me. But I'm a very picky eater.
Cheese does not agree well with anybody. Okay, not with any human frugivore, because it's absolutely ridiculous that a frugivore would ingest this bovine secretion, this solidified bovine secretion, and think that it's going to digest well. We're not baby cows, and it's old, aged, really unhealthy.
So any type of like really overly cooked, steamed, leafy green.
Girl needs some raw food in her life. Everything's overcooked. The beans are burnt. The eggs are burnt. The spinach is burnt. It's cooked of any of its, nutritional, well, a lot of its nutritional benefits. She needs some raw food. Fruit, namely. We haven't seen a lot of fruit. Have we seen fruit at all? I do not think so. And that's why the drugs come in. Low carb, no fruit equals drug dependency.
So snacks. I'm a big snacker.
Of course, because you don't eat sufficiently at mealtime, and you're not eating the correct foods that you're biologically designed to eat. That in nature you would have been eating from fruit trees, picking various fruits. Okay, but you haven't had any fruit, so
I make little mini cauliflower pizzas because
cauliflower again. Now we're seeing a theme here with the cauliflower, right? Gosh.
I found these little cauliflower thins, and I just put a little bit of marinara sauce on it, a little bit of pesto, a little bit of vegan mozzarella. Sometimes I'll chop up a little veggie Italian sausage, put that on there, maybe some green olives, bake that for a little bit.
Okay, we got another low carb dish. Ugh.
It's not like amazing, but it's also like it works. But
so everything is so dead, so overcooked.
I'm also somebody that will just take a jar of peanut butter or take a jar of almond butter, like any jar of nut butter I can find, and I'll just take a spoonful of it and eat that. Or plums, like when plums are in season, I can just shove down like 10 of those.
Good. Some fruit. Woo! I'm doing a dance here. There's some fruit in there, but she said shove down 10 of them. I would like to believe that. Like, that would be great, but she's giving me the serious low carb vibes.
Drinks. Obviously, I drink coffee a lot, but I'm trying to consume a little bit less caffeine. So recently.
Okay, so she's trying to consume less caffeine. Emma, in order to eliminate the drugs from your life, the desire for them, then you have to have your optimal fuel source. Your cells, every one of your cells, the trillions of cells in your body, runs on fructose and glucose, okay? So you need to get enough. It's not a hard concept to grasp, okay? But to implement is quite difficult for people, for sure, because we are in this concrete jungle. There's junk food everywhere. But this is what you need. So then, I have not even thought about coffee for over 15 years. I haven't had a coffee for 15 years. And how many people do you know who can say that? Okay, and it's not hard once you nourish yourself correctly.
Recently, I've been drinking iced herbal tea randomly, and I really like it. I don't like iced black tea or iced green.
I think that's better, but I think a lot of them also still contain caffeine, so it's going from one vice to another.
Green tea, but I like iced herbal tea. Another weird drink, though, that I have 1 to 2 times a day is sparkling water with apple cider vinegar in it. And you might be really confused about that. I mean, that's weird. I get it. But it helps with my digestion. And I have really shitty digestion.
So I'm not surprised at all that she has shitty digestion. You can see what she's having for breakfast for a start is just avocado, egg, overcooked egg, and coffee. Okay, there's not much fiber there at all, and she has some vegetables through the day, but not enough. Okay, so she's got a low fiber diet going on there and low calories in general. So if there's not enough bulk going through the digestive tube, then you're going to have problems. You're going to have backup. Your digestion is not going to be optimal. Your microbiome is not going to get enough food to survive. They're going to start to die off. That's going to affect your digestion. And a lot of people end up having this apple cider vinegar because, you know, it's meant to increase your stomach acid production. But look, what really happens when you're ingesting this is it is toxic. Drinking apple cider vinegar to improve your digestion is basically like headbutting a wall to try to improve your headache. It's not going to work. Vinegar contains acetic acid. It may be a great cleaner, okay, around the kitchen, yeah, but for your internal environment, it plays havoc, okay? It is not something that should be ingested by the human frugivore. And apparently apple cider vinegar actually has one of the highest acetic acid contents with 8%. And, you know, products containing more than 20% acetic acid must be actually labeled as poison. So you're just getting a poisoning effect. And that's why it seemingly aids digestion, but it's actually just causing your body to want to eliminate this toxin. The body is just like, oh, let's flush it out. Let's like get rid of this any way we can. So this can lead to the incorrect belief that it is improving your digestion, when in actuality it is poisoning your system and your body is working to expel that poison. So what happens is your colon will release, okay? You will get this irritation basically in your digestive system, and then you'll have a bowel movement, okay? And this is obviously not the right way to initiate a bowel movement. We want to get the peristalsis happening, you know, and that's where the fiber comes in and the water, and she's probably very dehydrated from all the caffeine as well. All right, you know, some people are like, oh, you know, it's good for your microbiome. No, this is just a lie, okay? Please, just get enough fruit in your diet, get enough fiber, and you are going to have great bowel movements if you are also combining your food properly, and I can talk about that more in the future.
But I hate soda. I don't like sweet drinks. And to be honest, I'm not really a dessert person in general. Somebody who more craves like crunchy, salty.
No, but we all crave sweet stuff, and she will get sweet stuff into her day, whether she shows us or not, because it's just her basic human frugivore requirement. She will find it somewhere. But there is some carbohydrate that is good. Not enough during the day though.
Mix that in there. And then I love putting yellow curry sauce all over that. And then I season it. However, I mean, I literally am like so random with the seasoning. Pasta. I love garbanzo bean pasta, the Bonza brand. And I'll literally just make a bunch of that.
Hang on. Oh, made from chickpeas. So, okay, this is another, protein, 23 grams. So it's a lower carb.
And I'll literally just make a bunch of that. It has a bunch of protein in it, so it's like easy. And then I just make that and I put...
It's easy because it has a bunch of protein.
Pesto on it in nutritional yeast, and I'll eat a whole bowl of that and I call it a night. As for foods that I love, but I don't eat every day, I have quite a few different kind of comfort meals. Number one would have to be Monty's burgers.
Okay, so here's where the binging comes in. You know, people call it cheat days and cheat meals and stuff like that, but it's really just a binge meal, okay? Because you didn't nourish yourself correctly during the day, during the week, so it all builds up. The caloric deficit builds up. This nutritional deficit builds up, and the brain is just like, oh, like just send me to the carbs. Send me to a really dense calorie source that has a lot of carbs and does a lot of calories and general fat and everything. Just feed me, because my cells are basically starving, and a lot of people are not discerning enough to make the correct choices. So they go like for something like this horrible thing.
In LA, it's a vegan, all vegan burger.
Well, that is great. Plant-based. It is great. It's plant-based, but this is not health food, okay? This is not health food.
And it's so good. And then I get a side of it, and I get tater tots, and I dip the tots in the spicy habanero sauce.
So, look, see how excited she is. She is so excited.
And it's life-changing.
Okay, her her cheat meals are literally life-changing for her. Okay, so the girl is really hungry. All right, she's restricting a lot and she's very hungry. And then when she gets to eat freely and she makes choices like this, she's just like, oh, just give me it all. Give me like the really dense calories, like, give me the carbs, give me everything, because she has deprived herself prior.
Everything I eat in a day, make sure to check out Harpers Bazaar.
Okay, so Emma. All right, this is everything that Emma eats in a day. And the problem here is obvious. It's very, very obvious. And I've explained it through the whole video, so I don't think I have to go over it again, but I will just briefly. So coffee. Okay, when you have a drug dependency like that, it is a sure sign you're not getting enough quality nutrition to your cells. Mainly from fruit, of course, because if the human frugivore doesn't eat its diet, then obviously it's going to be searching elsewhere for ways to increase the amount of energy that the organism has. And that's what essentially coffee does. It jolts your adrenal glands. It gives you this fake energy. It's like being whipped throughout the day. And we don't want to do that. We don't have to do that to our bodies. So if we just nourish ourselves correctly in the first place, go for the frutas. I'm thinking of doing like raw veganizing people's days, putting like, hey, you can have this for breakfast as a raw vegan, as a frugivore, you can have this for lunch, and you can have this for dinner. And if you're interested in seeing that, definitely let us know in the comments below, because that would be pretty cool, because a lot of people like veganize, but I could raw veganize. And maybe I'll do it even in this video. I don't know. This is just a one take, and I'm, thinking about possibilities for future videos. So yeah, she's got to eat more fruit. She has to have more, if she's going to have cooked, then carbohydrates like potatoes, like yams, like rice. These are going to be better choices than loading up on the fat, loading up on the nut butters, loading up on the eggs and the cheese. This is just going to send her to, like she said, she's got digestive issues. It's going to continue her digestive issues. It's just, yeah, it's quite obvious to me with all my experience coaching many, many people, and just going through this whole thing myself, and also not having any drug dependency at all. Okay, my frugivore, I hope you enjoyed. Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you next video. Don't forget to go fruit yourself today, and join us on the frugivorediet.com on the forum, where we are talking about everything raw.